Welcome, everyone. This is our presentation. It's underway now. Welcome to our webinar series. Today's presentation is entitled Protecting Your Biofield Effortlessly. My name is Aaron Balo, and I'm with Amwell Technologies. We are a cutting-edge wellness company that uses amized fusion technology by infusing quantum resonance into our products. Our roots began in 2010 as part of the Omega Global Group, which was established in 2005. So we have a very solid network with over 2.3 million customers served, spanning across 126 different countries. I'm featured today as today's host and guest speaker, but our main featured guest will be Dr. Adnan. He's based in Dubai. He has a PhD in quantum medicine, and he's a prestigious member of the American Association for Drugless Practitioners. He specializes in integrative natural medicine as well as complementary and alternative medicine. He's going to begin today's webinar by helping us understand our biofields and how they can be nurtured and the quantum resonance tools available to help bridge any gaps. We welcome Dr. Adnan to today's webinar. Dr. Adnan, are you there?
Yes. Thank you. Thank you so
Thank you.
much. It's my pleasure to connect with you all. I'm sitting in Dubai right now. Of course, it's almost midnight, almost going to be 12 a.m. But of course, Aaron is very enthusiastic and, he just wanted his time, EST. So it's a little difficult for me, but still, I'm so passionate to connect with you all. So today's session, in fact, we have chosen in a different way, because the people, they need to understand exactly what is biofield, and sometimes we only think about our physical body. So we are little bit will be talking about our energy body or energetic anatomy today. Okay. So today's session is all about our body's biofield and what is biofield and the importance of protecting our biofield and how effortlessly our biofield can be protected. That also we will discuss in this session. Okay. So we know that this biofield is what you call a word we have been listening, but at the same time, I'm just checking the slides. Sometime, yeah, it's moving correct. Yes. So when we talk about the biofield, in fact, the traditional Chinese medicine, Vedic science, yogic science, and even Ayurvedic principles. These are the ancient medical system. They're all talking about the vital body. Okay, we know the physical body, but there is something called the vital body, mental body, supramental body, bliss body. So there are certain what you call non-physical bodies available, which are very important. They were talking, I mean, thousands of years ago, and they have certain modalities also developed of their own, including acupuncture and all, even the vital body. There are so many medicines available. So what happens, nowadays the people, because of lots of nanotechnology has also grown and many new technologies have grown, people, they started talking about the pristine blueprint, the morphogenetic field and this and that. So they know there is something called field, which is very important. That's why even Einstein also was talking about the field. He was telling the field is the sole governing agency of a particle. That means field is the reality. This he was telling, but that time we don't know what exactly is field. Even Thomas Alva Edison also was talking about, the later, I mean, in the new era, the doctors will be talking about how to protect your field. So every, I mean, the scientists those time, they were talking about the field, but now we know what exactly the field, what they are talking about, because the field, it has got a geometry, it has got an electromagnetic field attached to it. Even every atom has a field. Likewise, biofield, is you can say it's an organizing field within and around our human body and every living organism. You can just, relate it to the ozone layer protecting our earth. So it is always very subtle, at the same time very complex. Of course, it consists of many other fields. When we talk about the biofield, it consists of electromagnetic field, it consists of biophoton field, infrared, brain waves, and even the heart waves. It is a combination of everything. That is why it's very important that we need to take care of our energetic field, which is literally helping our physical body to function well. Okay, so what I mean to say, the biofield is a communicating system with the outside world, because we are an energetic quantum, we are an energetic being, we depend on energy, we need pranic energy, I mean the life force energy, to sustain, to live, and we need at the same time the metabolic energy, like in the form of food and all these. So the holistic medicinal experts, they say that the real orchestration of the body is not just depending on genes or genetic code, they say, but light. Like, for example, human resonance, 7.8 hertz and all. In essence, this view posits that the body's true regulation comes from its energetic relationship with the earth electromagnetic environment. Like, for example, I said the human resonance and all, and the light-based energies that orchestrating the healing, communication, and even vitality. So it is very important that we need to know field is everything, and everything is energy, and energy is always vibrating. In fact, we think, all of us, around whatever, it's just a discrete objects, but actually we are, a part of a giant quantum energy field, and everyone has own blueprint. It's a kind of, holographic template, I should say, which governs the complex physiology. And this blueprint starts at the moment of our conception. Okay. And from the embryo to grow as a complex physiology, like 100 over trillion cells, including neurons, biochemical reaction, which is coordinating each other, and all these, what is happening in our system. So you can say no one in the current paradigm of science can explain how that orchestration happens, because we do have the three-dimensional blueprint at the quantum level, you can say, of the, which is evolving from the 0 point field or the unified field, that is dictating our physical forms and orchestrating this exclusive complex physiology. So in nutshell, we can say our degree of health is depending upon our degree of resonance with this pristine blueprint. Honestly, believe me, we no longer need to get sick or get ill. Sickness is only, I always say, sickness is only an incredible teacher who is showing us that we lost our resonance with our blueprint. So blueprint is the main thing. So we have accumulated lots of dissonance, that we become susceptible to what's going on, around the world. And we need to tune in with vibration, with resonance. This is very important. And to be healthy and vibrant in our, you can say, it's like our birthright. So we understand, or sometimes, we underestimate our potentials as human beings. Okay. Here, our mission, Ambel's mission, is to make the people understand the importance of keeping our pristine blueprint, our subtle organizing energy field intact, and with the forces of natural quantum resonance, or in other words, we call the AFT tools. So AFT tools is playing a very vital role in that, and we will discuss in detail later on. So we all know that we are going through stress, mild stress to extreme stress, or continuous exposure to stress all the time, unlike our ancestors. So it can be from our workplace or even home. Sometimes these extreme stress can be very traumatic, or as a psychiatric disorder. So here we know that the stresses or stressors are real. Okay, stresses are real, but how you perceive it and how your mind handles is the question. So it indicates another fact that the majority of our health issues or wellness issues are connected to our psyche. Many of our clients, I should say, like 8 out of 10 cases have physical issues, but the genesis, if you see, of the problems, all are from the mind itself. What I mean to say that the most of the health issues are self-made, or very few are, you can say, externally sourced, like bacterial infestation, or even like a physical injury and accident and all these. So these externally sourced things are better managed by modern medicine. We know that if somebody meet with an accident, of course, you cannot just use the wand, and because maybe something happened, I mean, physically too bad. So you need to literally give a proper treatment or whatever. For that, you need the modern medicine, yes. But the majority of our health issues are self-made, and our body has the capacity to do the healing by itself, provided we allow it to happen. Okay, so what I mean to say is we should allow or facilitate the faculty of the self healing in our system, so it can be easily managed or healed by simple self healing protocols, by using certain gadget based on zero point resonance. So we have always, a notion that self healing happens only when we are sick or out of balance. In fact, self healing is not just a single time. It's not happening just for a single time. It's a spontaneous process, or you can call it a spontaneous healing. In other words, it is that quantum healing which allows us to have a positive health and energetic empowerment. So this self-healing process is based on your personal vibration. I can say your energetic vitality, or how energetically balanced are you, how you are resonating with your own energetic quantum, even your mentalization abilities, whatnot, and so on. This is exactly you need to know. Now, most of the cases, the energy healing experts have noticed that the low energetic wellness state, or you can say the inappropriate energetic polarity, are the main causes of our low personal vibration, which can also be, you can say, the after effect of our poor mental state, or our thought processes, or even connected emotions such as fear, shy, or guiltiness, etc. So all these can lead to lower our personal vibration. These are the main reasons these days we can see. And these emotions are created or maybe triggered by some traumas, which can even change our brain. This is what the science nowadays say. These emotions, like for example, the fear, can easily influence certain portion of our brain. We call the cockroach brain. So this cockroach brain triggers us to bring back those traumatic episodes, the memories, and to, relieve from such trauma or stress. Many people, they normally go for sleeping pills, or sometime even alcohols, all these kind of things. And this will just, dampen the internal response. That's what they think also. But here there's a big risk. What happens eventually, by using it for a longer period of time, they can, dampen many other qualities of our life, or you can say the core organism which which are very essential for our life, like for example enjoying pleasure, the sensuality, the connectivity, even the emotional excitement, all slowly, we will lose it if we rely on to such the shortcut methods. So out of 10 children, you can say, especially when we are talking about US alone, 1 out of 10 children are facing such emotional traumas these days. This is what the statistics say. It can be parents fight, sometimes the relationship breakups, the death of loved ones can be one of the reasons, and even sometimes the sexual or physical child abuse. All these things all affects in shaping the personality of people. So this is where when they grow up, sometimes they are the victim of depression. Majority of the people, you can see that, or anxiety, or feeling like a hopelessness. Okay, so in this event of like for example the undesirable things happen in our life or in their life, they feel sometimes guilty about it, and sometimes they curse themselves. So many cases of such disorders are the after effect of prolonged exposure to different kinds of stressors, and later it becomes like a PTSD, the post traumatic stress disorders. So some people even get panic attacks, imagine, or panic episodes, and it affects their heart and many other systems. So in such common cases, you can see how even our stress we have in our life can be so dangerous, and delay in attending such stresses or the imbalances affecting our system, our energetic system, time to time, if we need to attend. So even though we have a built-in self-healing ability in our body, most of the time, that also sometimes it's getting affected. For example, psychoneuroimmunology, there are certain big bombastic words you can hear, psychoneuroimmunology, psychoneuroendocrinology. Even there are our immune system can also, I mean, affected by these mental disorders or even emotional disorders. So all these can trigger certain diseases which are, I mean, created by the mind or the psyche, and it can totally damage our built-in healing system, the self-healing ability of the body. This is where we need to literally rely on certain quantum tools, or we need that spontaneous healing to happen, which our body is already having. So this inbuilt system, the healing system or the spontaneous healing system, which is working within us, we just need some sort of a fuel, to function. And what we talk about is something called the energetic empowerment or quantum empowerment. Thereby, we are able to improve our personal vibration and radiate the empowerment in our families, in our workplace, and everywhere. So for all these to happen, what we need to do is, first step is to cleanse and balance and align our biofield. This is what I'm coming to it. So biofield is the main area where everything is there. As I said, even our the heart waves, the brain waves, electromagnetic, everything is there. It's a complete program. It is much more intelligent than our physical body itself. That's why we call, it's a self-intelligent matrix system, our biofield. So it's our duty. We need to protect it, we need to clean it, so that it will be very helpful for us to live a better life, a healthy and wellness life. So here we are going to talk about the AFT quantum resonance products, like for example, the tools like AFT Amwand and AFT pendants, which is you can say 1,000 times better than any other healing modalities or even medical interventions. Okay. Now coming to the AFT products, I just wanted to explain what is the science behind the product. We call it as AFT, which is amized diffusion technology. This technology is a proprietary quantum resonance technology whereby the ingredients which are used or encapsulated in the tools are energized. These are natural organic elements, including the copper particles, gold particles, healing crystals, and diamond dust, and all these. So these are all energized in a vacuum chamber for 21 days. And what does it do? It can, once you, for example, if it is an amwand, when you rotate it or when you make a rhythmic clockwise motion, it creates a 0 point field, a 0 point vertex. And our innate intelligence, which is the biofield itself, it can easily detect the 0 point resonance, and it can use or entrain that, the 0 point resonance and harness the life force energy from the environment. This is how it happens at the quantum level we talk about. So when we know that we have the physical state and we have the energetic state. So when we work at the energetic state, it translates the changes, whatever is happening, because energy and information, it travels in such a way, you can say whatever is happening at the energetic system, it is something like a holographic projection of our physical system. Okay, so once you do the correction in our energetic system, it automatically corrects our physical system. This is exactly what is happening. And our tools, AFT tools, whether it is amp pendant or even AFT amwand, it works like as a, as a medium or an antenna or a bridge, I should tell you, because this works with the universe life force energy. So all the products of Amwell, which is AFT tools, it works like a bridge or an antenna which is connecting the biofield and the environment. Okay, the pristine blueprint and the environment, because the pristine blueprint is the one which is more intelligent, so that it is always communicating, because there is a biofeedback loop. Whatever our physical body needs, it is communicating with your biofield, and the biofield, the one which is literally connected with the environment and collecting whatever the required things. But most of the problems what we have the internal stimuli, we have the external stimuli. Certain people, if they don't take care of their physical body, maybe they are abusing themselves, or maybe sleeping, not sleeping properly, or whatever. Even their thought process are totally negative or something. These all affect our biofield, the health of the biofield. So when the biofield, the health of the biofield is depleted, or there is a damage in the biofield, then the biofield will not be able to harness the life force energy properly. In fact, there were so many scientific evidences where, when they applied the Chinese traditional medicine system and the Ayurvedic principles on the Kirlian camera, they could see that when somebody is having imbalance in the physical body, before the imbalance happened, the symptomatic approach I'm talking about, before that the symptoms came on the physical body, they could see there are something happening at the energy body. They could see the depletions. They could see certain, what you call, imbalances, certain gaps in the biofield. So that itself represent, that first, whatever is happening, it's happening at the energy field, and slowly it is going inside, and it is affecting our information system, it is affecting our endocrine system, because our biofield, and especially when we talk about chakras or the energy centers, these are directly related to our glandular system, different endocrine system, and all these. So it affects the energy and information system, and slowly it is translated as an imbalance or a disease or whatnot. This is what exactly happening in our system. So amized diffusion technology products, when we use, these products are not just for healing alone. It is supporting the energetic state or enhancing our energetic performance in all the levels. Physical, once you leave physical, there are certain levels: mental, emotional, and even spiritual levels. So all these levels, the different levels, have been completely motivated or enhanced how you can see when, because of course, the changes we always see with our what do you call the sensorial organ. Sometimes you can see the intuitiveness, our creativity is getting better. Sometimes we get the emotional empowerment, sometimes mental and cognitive enhancement. You can see even there are certain people, they earlier they won't be in, they can't manage the stress, or they are always, when the stress comes, their BP shoots up and they are getting lots of panic things. So once they are composed, when they're energetically okay, if their all the energy centers are properly balanced, you can see they are much more energetic, and they know they can cope up with the situation and all these. So this is already a proven fact, and many what do you call advanced devices which have been even employed in NASA and all, like GDV, the polycontract interference photography system, even vibrascan scalar system, meridian assessment system, electrodermal screening system, even bipulsar reflex. So there are lots and lots of equipments and high-tech devices which are used by the holistic experts, the healing experts, to judge the biofield, the strength of biofield, how was it before, how is it after, like this. So this is, for example, a GDV research. We did it with the amwand, and this is before applying the AFT amwand, and this is after applying the AFT amwand. That itself shows that this 0 point resonance tools, the vertex created by the 0 point tools, has a power, has, it can literally leave an impact on our system, whereby completing our biofield, so that it is helping our body to harness much more life force energy from the environment. Okay, so let us talk about one of the product, and the second product Mr. Aaron will be explaining. So the one product which I wanted to talk about is the AFT M1 Pro, which is our flagship product. AFT, you can say, a multi-purpose tool which we have sold in millions. We have sold millions. And this, why we call multi-purpose tool? Because the people, they use it for wanding. Wanding means just pointing and just creating a rhythmic clockwise rotation. That's called wanding. It can be any energy centers, or it can be on your pet, or whatever it is. It is just, even you can wand the what do you call, food or fluid, whatever you use. And even people are using the same thing for the acupressure and EFT tapping and other things. So now here we will more talk about how this amwand can help for protecting our biofield. Okay. So there are different types of amwand. One is the amwand plus, you can see at one side, right side, and there is amwand classic also. Amwand classic is the first version, but amwand classic contains only 13 minerals, whereas amwand plus, amwand pro contains 14 minerals. So what is the difference? Only the diamond dust. Of course, diamond dust having much more higher resonance, so that is why we added later on. And even the shape also slightly enhanced with a pointed tip, which allows the people to use the facial sculpting, even acupressure, and many areas. It is very much helpful. So we are giving a wonderful guide, those people who are going for an amwand, how to use the amwand, and what are the steps they can use, for wanding, for facial, for acupressure. So all the multi-purpose, where and all it can be applied, we have, written in a wonderful book as a guide, which is available online. Those people, they are going for the amwand. Now, this amwand, when we use it as a healing tool, as a what do you call, as a tool which is working at our biofield, technically what happens is, when you rotate the amwand, it is helping our biofield to clear and balance whatever the blockage we have in our biofield. This is exactly happening, so that the good emotional state and the mental state, we call the homeostate, can easily come, or a balanced state we can achieve very easily. And the same tool we are using even in our advanced healing modality like AFT quantum energy healing, which is used for all kinds of issues, mental, physical, all kinds of issues. We are using this particular ambond as a tool for cleansing, balancing, energizing. Of course, there are some additional tools also used in the total healing. So when we are using the ambond, especially for the purpose of cleansing, balancing, and aligning our biofield or related all the energy centers, this is our first, I mean, the some step I will explain you. How does it happen? For that, we need to know, okay, biofield. Now you have an idea what is biofield. Now let us talk about chakras, or you can say the energy centers. Chakras means it is like a wheel. Okay, just it's a Sanskrit word which normally used, because these are all coming from the Eastern medicinal system, the ancient medicinal system. That is why the particular word comes. We can call the energy centers. And these seven major energy centers we have in our body, and these energy centers are connected with the whole system. There is an energy pathway, the meridian pathway in our system. And these each and every energy center, starting from the crown energy center, third eye energy center, then throat energy center, then heart energy center, then solar plexus energy center, then sacral energy center, then root energy center. So there are total seven major energy centers directly related, I mean, connected with our physical field, because all these energy centers we're talking about, the chakras we talk about, are connected with the glandular system, which is that's why we call energy and information system. Because what happened, most of the glands, it can be endocrinous system or exocrine system. Some glands, they produce the, what do you call, the hormones. Some glands, so there are different functions of the glands. So it is starting from the pineal gland. That's what we call the crown chakra or crown energy center. Second one is the pituitary gland, we call the third eye energy center. The third one is the throat, which is the, so each and every, what do you call, area you see, even when you talk about the heart, there is thymus gland. Okay, and you talking about the solar plexus, there is pancreas, even the root, there is sexual gland. So each and every glands are connected with the chakras. Now let us do a simple, what do you call, a tutorial kind of thing. So how to do the, what do you call, cleanse and balance the biofield by doing self-wanding. Okay, self-wanding in the sense you can yourself wand, and you can do the balancing everything yourself. Only the thing what you need to do is close your eyes and concentrate your breathing. Just take a deep breath and breathe out, breathe in. That's it. Okay. And what you need to do, point your ambond at the crown chakra or the crown energy center at the top of your skull, here. Now, just point and slightly tap 2, 3, 4 times. Just slightly tap. No need to bang, just slightly tap. Okay. This is basically we call like a provocation. Provocation in the sense, once you bring the ambon here as a 0 point quantum resonance tool, it literally wakes up the whole system. Okay, so this is something like, you are knocking the door. And once you do that, now slowly go to, this is called the provocation. Provocation. So only the thing what you need to do, close your eyes and focus on your breathing. And just you need to do like probably 3 seconds or 4 seconds. That's it. Now, after that, you need to just do the clockwise rhythmic movement. No need to hurry, just clockwise rhythmic movement. See, you can see how I am doing, right? This is what you need to do. So here what happens, pineal gland, which is located in the brain, so it is, of course, a very powerful thing, you can say, which is controlling the biological clock even you know how the sleep functions, the GABA and even our melatonin, things like that, all, even everything in our system which is being controlled by the pineal gland. So this is our head office, I can say. So you are energizing that particular area. So what happens when you do that, that particular area, the aura will be cleansed and balanced easily. Okay, now coming to the second energy center or the third energy center, this is what we call the pineal gland. Then this is the second gland, which is the pituitary gland. So pineal gland, first we are doing the provocation. After provocation, do the wounding, that is second step. Then coming here, which is the in between the eyebrow, we call the third eye energy center. This is something, you must have heard, some people are gigantic, some people are like a dwarf, because there is something in our system called HGH hormone, human growth hormone. So many hormonal systems are controlled by our pituitary gland. So this is a very small gland, but playing a huge role in metabolism, reproduction, certain hormones, especially the ladies, there a lot of hormones are there. So all these are controlled by even the thyroid, some certain stimulating hormones, everything are controlled by our pituitary gland. That is why it is very important energy center. So you just need to point the third eye energy center and slowly create a clockwise rhythmic motion. Okay, keeping your eyes closed. This is the second step. Now going to the next energy center, which is at the throat. Okay, or thyroid energy center, you can call. This area, that it is very important because number one, it is, you can say, it's like a breaker, because majority of the people nowadays, they know that they have the thyroid issues. And energetically also, when we talk about thyroid, this area is for the expression. So many people, they are not able to express what they wanted to express in a better way. That means there are certain blockages in their thyroid field. So what they need to do, they just need to create a rhythmic rotation in that particular area. Probably you can do the same here. When you do the 10 times, you can do 9 times, same 10, 10, 10, all, so same number. Try to keep a discipline, that's all. Otherwise, there is nothing like you can use any number, but if you are using the same number, at least you can manage the time, and just for the discipline's sake. Okay, so this particular area, the thyroid energy center, which is it helps a lot even to maintain our body's heat, and the metabolism, lot of hormones and everything are controlled by the thyroid system. So that is where you need to do the wounding. So after that, now step 5, you are going to the thymus center. Thymus center is basically the heart field. Okay, heart field in the sense, near the heart, there is a small organ which is called the thymus. And thymus is a very important organ in our system, which produces the T killer cells. That means natural killer cells, immune cells. Even nowadays, a huge studies are going on in the immunology and all these, how the immune cell, the T cells can be used to create a lot of, even to fight against the cancer and all these. So this is a very powerful energy center, which in fact it is covering up your heart, it is covering up your lungs, it is covering up even your thymus gland. So this is a major energy center. Probably you might need to want more, because majority of the people, the heart field, it is connected with sometime our emotion, sometime our attachment, sometime our relationship, sometime love and affection, because this is a major area. Easily it can get blocked, easily. Even if you hate somebody, immediately, we call the heart walls. So this is where you need to always, so make it a daily practice to do this wanding, especially if you don't have much time, at least wand this heart field. It will help a lot to maintain the relationship, even to improve the personality, to improve your immune system and everything. So this is another step, that is the step 5, wanding the thymus field. Now going slightly down, in between the rib cage, this is where you can say our pancreas and many other spleen and many other organ systems are there. This area is also known as a chakra, as a solar plexus field or energy center. This is where you just need to do that. Okay. So once you internalize 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6 and 7, it is very easy. Even by closing your eyes, you can just do it. You don't need to specifically, remember each and everything. 2, 3 times you practice, it's very easy. Okay. So solar plexus, this is where, many people, they are, I mean, the diabetic people, their insulin resistance is increasing, insulin sensitivity is going down. There are a lot of metabolic disorders happening in our system. So energetically, we can do a lot. And many people, honestly, when they do the energetic imbalance, whatever they do it, immediately you can see a sudden change, a creative insight, a sudden change in their system. Their problem is only there is a problem at the energy level. So once the energy level is cleared, then you can see the big difference. So then you can go to the sacral. Sacral is basically near the, what do you call, the navel button. Okay, near the navel button. So this is an area where always we call the, the fight and flight mechanism, our basic instinct and things like that, which is there. It's a very important area. Some people, what do you call, ego and all is there. So it is always better to do the wanding there, because whenever our ego rises and many things, majority of the problems, the relationship issues are coming from either ego hurt or whatever. So you need to do the wanding all the time there. Okay, this is also a very important what do you call, point. Then goes to the root. And root, of course, which is connected with our sexual organs and the excretionary organs. So this area also energetically having a huge role. This root chakra is connected with certain, what you call, basic things, like for example food, shelter, whatever, even the phobia. Some people, they have developed a lot of phobias and all. What they need to do, just focus on the root and do the wanding. It helps a lot. Certain people, in their life, they feel insecure, maybe because thinking too much about their children, what will happen to them, what will be their education, if something happened to me, or if something happened to my husband, what will happen to the children. Some people unnecessarily will give it to their mind, and this easily will block the root chakra. And once the root chakra is blocked, or root energy center is blocked, then it can cause many issues. It can cause, even if it is boys, you can say prostate issues. If it is ladies, it can be even tumor, cyst, whatever it is. It can, it can completely create problem in that area. So there also you need to work with the wand, the quantum tool. Just rotate and relax. So these are the steps. And there are some more additional steps I wanted to tell you. Once you finish the 7 energy centers, you need to come back to the, your T1 junction, which is at the back, of the, or top of the vertebra, you can say, back of the neck. You just need to same rotate clockwise, same number of time. Okay, because here what happened, there is a communication happening between the head and the body. The major area is here, because vagus nerves, all are coming through and, going to the spine area. So this is, it's like a junction where you are just clearing, like, the traffic is cleared. So this is where you need to do that. Okay. Then after that, you can hold the M1, because our energy is flowing in like this, like this. right goes as a clockwise and left goes as an anti-clockwise. So that means exactly your body half, if you take it, you hold the amp wand with the right hand and create a right clockwise movement, exactly half body. Then hold the amp wand with the left hand and create a anti-clockwise. Okay, this is called the hemisphere, left hemisphere and right hemisphere wanding. It can cover all the 7 chakras technically. Okay, this is also another very important step. Normally we say, after that, what you need to do, relax, sit, and just, press at the tip of your each fingers. Our finger tips are the exit point of energy, I should say, exit point of energy. So you just need to just press and flick it out, slightly press and flick it out. Like this, you can do all the 10 fingers. This is something called the energy releasing. So these are the simple steps you need to follow for with the amp wand, and everybody can do it. And we have elaborated in detail in our guidebook, and there are lots of video tutorials available also. So this is something which will help our biofield cleanse, balance, and rejuvenate the whole biofield. Okay, so now we will come to the second great product, which is AFT pendant, and over to Aaron.
Yes, thank you so much, Dr. Adnan. As we were informed on how the AM1 acts as an active tool, I'd like to present a passive tool, and that requires nothing more than just wearing it. So I'm very excited about the passive pendants and the tools available that do not require any disciplines or movements such as the M1. However, the M1 is very vital for the vortex and to get aligned, and these are more of a protective shield. So the AFT quantum energy pendants serve as an amplifying force that enhances the life-giving energy. And Dr. Adnan relayed in detail how to bridge the gaps in your biofield. The energy pendants protect your biofield, and you could look at them as a protective cloak or shield. Our two most popular pendants are the AM pendant universe and the oneness pendant. And I'm going to go into detail on both of those. Both of them support your biofield, but the difference of the oneness pendant is its unique quantum resonance coding. It's embedded in an AFT microchip. It's made of ionized copper, and it has powerful conductive natural energy. So the AFT microchip acts like a filter, and it filters the wave particles and allows it to interact with the electromagnetic fields. So the currents that you're exposed to, like the Wi-Fi routers or phone-based stations, the cell phone towers, they're all in essence being neutralized by transmuting the EMFs through providing an increase in the life force energy. So it's acting as a shield. So later in the presentation, I'm going to go ahead and give you, details of the visuals of the electrophotonic imaging showing before and after pictures, just as Dr. Adnan did with the vortex pictures of the biofield on the human's presence. I want to go into detail on the products themselves before and after they're charged in that chamber, so you get a visual of that. It's very apparent in the GDV imaging, but I'm going to approach that later down the line in the presentation. So clearing out any energy deficiencies and outside distortions such as 5G empower your energetic wellness. And once the outside frequencies imbalances are cleared, our body returns to its natural homeostasis and our natural functioning, and the quantum resonance embodies your biofield, helping to block those pollutants and those distortions and the frequencies outside. the beauty of the pendant is that its design is to rest at the assemblage point. So you can see here, it aligns with the heart chakra, and it's a very vital spot. Like this spot is an assemblage point that happens to be the core center of your energetic system. So this synthesizes the biofield and the personal vibration with your heart chakra, which is aligned with your thymus gland. And I want to talk about this because the thymus gland plays a very important role in the functioning of the immune system. And it's a key in building the resistance for combating diseases and keeping you balanced mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. So the thymus gland produces T cells. It allows natural killer cells to protect our system. So let's examine how our bioenergy field, otherwise known as our aura, you could look at it as your own personal protective ozone layer. Just as Earth has a protection layer, you have a biofield. Dr. Adnan went into detail on that, but the pendant helps to sync your biofield with the quantum resonance, which in turn empowers and enhances that subtle energy and leads to nurturing your aura, which is your vortex, your bottom line ozone layer, your protective seal. So your overall presence reflects cleared blockages, and that enhances your quality of rest and reduces your stress. So the AFT oneness pendant allows you to source your universal life force energy in your pristine blueprint, and your personal signature is emitting your natural frequency, and the memory of your aura remains, it remains a part of you in your natural state. So even when the disruptive negative energies surface, and that's happening quite frequently in this modern age, as you can tell, just by turning on your cell phone and even feeling the sense of the light, the iridescent lights, the fluorescent lights, anything that's kind of jolting your circadian rhythms. It's very easy to get subjected to these foreign frequencies, because just even 50 years ago, we were in a whole different world. And now, as you know, it's happening quite frequently. So this occurs, the pendant, basically it recognizes when you're subjected to out of whack energy. And this occurs because the pendant oneness has been energized to resonate at a 0 point field, as Dr. Adnan mentioned, the 0 point field resonance. And when we come in contact with these unnatural frequencies while wearing the pendant, our innate intelligence is able to detect the universal source of resonance, and it acts as an antenna to source that universal life force energy to combat these energetic distortions. So our body is supposed to have a certain flow of energy channels, and wearing the pendant or the oneness pendant helps to align all the chakras. So it helps to strengthen your personal vibration. It keeps you centered and grounded. Dr. Adnan went into chakras and how important it is to utilize the wand to keep your channels open. But as I mentioned before, this pendant, these pendants in particularly are designed, the oneness pendant, to repel these distortions, these 5G frequencies, and then also to protect and shield your aura, to shield your chakras and allow you to be in a nice natural state, a more composed nature and positive consciousness. As I mentioned earlier, a picture is worth 1,000 words, and the Kirlian photography, also known as the gas discharge visualization, this is what Dr. Adnan mentioned as far as the vortex photos. This GDB imaging shows a pendant, and this is fascinating to me because if you look on the left side there, the energized portion, this pendant is not energized on that left side. So after the AFT energized portion on the right side, you can see the abundance of the energy that is embedded in this product. And encapsulated inside this pendant, just as the wand, as he mentioned, is our energized proprietary formulation, and it consists of over 14 different natural elements, like the minerals and the healing crystals, as he said, the diamond particles, gold, copper, and silver, and more. All of them are encapsulated in this as well. These act as the same portion of the proprietary blend. So these energized pendants could be looked at as a CD, and the natural function allows your signature to be in harmony, utilizing these components and the natural frequency of resonance at the 0 point field, allowing the synchronization of your biofield. So if you take a look at mental enhancement, physical enhancement, just your overall presence, once you wear it for about 21 days, that synchronization is in tune with your biofield. So it's literally saving your vibrational frequencies onto your own CD and syncing like a Bluetooth. If we're going to use modern terms to have it register on how these pendants function, it's like syncing like a Bluetooth within your personal vibratory force. So you just need to wear it, and that's what I love about the pendants. It's an effortless avenue. Dr. Adnan went through the motions of the wanding. However, this is effortless in the sense that your body's made out of the energy, and you just have an avenue in which you're communicating with the same energy language. And that is such a key portion now. You're not communicating with the chemical or radioactive signals. You're creating a sense inside yourself of nurturing your own natural signals. So allowing your bioenergy field and cleansing it and charging it for your mental enhancement and your physical enhancement, but more importantly, your spiritual attunement and your consciousness level is in balance there. And that's the key on your reflection of a healthy presence. So to protect against e-smog and EMFs, and restore yourself again against this modern world distortions, the electromagnetic field exposure that we're subjected to on a daily basis is a reflection of our modern reality. So as you can see here, we have the cell phones, the laptops, you name it, your television, the routers, the list just goes on in regards to how much of a presence of this modern world we're subjected to each day. So what are we doing to protect ourselves? We have our natural hygiene process of brushing your teeth and putting deodorant on and making your outside appearance reflect. But what are you doing in the sense of just nurturing your biofield? And that's where these products come in very handy, these quantum resonance tools to allow that nurturing to happen to you. So, in closing, I would like to say you can see, the life force energy is absorbed. I just want to kind of go over this and walk you through how it works. So you see this life force energy is absorbed, and the negative energies are deflected and rejected, and the positive energy creates your more balanced state, and it assists you in supporting your biofield. And that, in essence, is helping to clear the energy blockages and the imbalances. As I mentioned, it's supporting your thymus gland, it's strengthening your immune system, and protecting against any oxidative stress. So at the end of the day, I just say, as far as your own intuitive feelings regarding your presence and your being, you have a gauge that is either disrupted or off or in perfect harmony. And if it's in perfect harmony, congratulations, this is beautiful. This particular pendant has helped so many people. Like Dr. Adnan mentioned, millions of wands have been sold and over 2.3 million customers worldwide with inside 126 different countries and growing. So I just feel that at the end of the day, any nurturing of your biofield is a plus, and I would encourage y'all just to absorb the information and take it in. And if you have any questions, we're going to go ahead and open up the floor. You're welcome to present any questions in the chat box, and Dr. Adnan or myself will gladly answer. And we will take open the floor here and see what happens. Is there anybody surfacing in the chat room? Let me take a look here. Hold on real quick. So I see a comment here, Dr. Adnan, for you. They have a question here. It has to pertain with the life expectancy of a wand. How long would a wand last for if purchased today?
It's a very practical question. Once, 3 years before, I encountered the same question in Dubai itself. So I told them 13 years. He said, why specifically 13 years? I said, we launched 13 years ago. So that is why it is still working with me. So that is why. But if you ask me after 2 years, I will tell you 15 years. So honestly, I have never found that the Amwand is depleting energy or something. But at the same time, you know, it is all depending on our usage. Sometime we use it very extensively. Probably sometime we keep it nearby some strong magnets, or it is exposed to certain high amount of heat or whatever. It can affect. Otherwise, honestly, I'm using even my old classic wand. I'm still using this. I bought it in 2008. Imagine. So you can see.
We
So
have one other question that surfaced right now. How often do you recommend using the wand on the chakras? For how long?
okay, this is a very good question. In fact, what I found. See, every day it is depending on the people. Nowadays, at least, there is a system like work at home. The majority of the people, they are staying at home. They are not going out. But there was a time, when we have to go to office, we are meeting people. Sometimes we are working somewhere in malls and this and that. So this is where, most of the time we deplete our energy, because especially there are, when you meet some people, you will lose the energy by talking to them, and there will be, everybody can even leave their own signatures on you. So it is always better, like for example, this question is something like, how often should I take bath? For our physical body, when we feel that it is getting dirty, or maybe we do some job by that, our body is getting too dirty, immediately we take a shower. But what are we going to do with our energy body? Because energy body is much more important than our physical body. An energy body, you cannot use a specific soap or shampoo or something like that. You need to use the quantum tool like this, simple. So that is why most of the people, what they do in the morning, after their morning whatever rituals, they do the wanding. It takes maximum 3 to 5 minutes. Do the wanding, then they are ready. They go to office or work or whatever it is. Okay. And some people, they want to do even at night also, because they can get a good sleep. Okay. And especially all the lower part of the chakra, they do it like from the heart and down, they do it. They don't do it from, at the crown energy center or the third eye energy center. Okay. Or even throat, they don't do in the night. Normally, if you want to get a good sleep, they do the, lower four energy centers and they sleep. But otherwise also, if you want to do any time, it is very good, because it keep cleansing and balancing. So it will not, you will not get too much energy, and you don't need to worry about it, because our body knows, our body's biofield has an intelligent system. It knows how much to take and where to take, and if it is taking also, where to supply, wherever the depletion is there, the deficiency is there, it knows. So no need to worry about it. So even I have seen people, they are keeping one in the office, one in the car, and one at home. I know many people. So some people, they carry around wherever they go, it's a part of their body like that. So it's okay whenever they feel they wanted to be empowered and they wanted to be always on the spot and always like be vibrant. They can use anytime whenever they want. They use, even before starting the webinar, I used to do it, so that I'm preparing myself energetically. Eating, drinking, and all is at its part, but energetically, once you are prepared, it goes to your vibration. And people, they can also see your energy, they can also feel your energy. So how often? The answer, anytime, but minimum at least in the morning and evening, if you can. Yes, good. And
We
especially
have
for the
uh,
elderly people, we recommend they can do 2 times. Yes.
We have two more questions that surfaced, Dr. Adnan. One states, and I believe we answered this, but I want to go ahead and recite it just for the remaining participants. I have tools, classic tools, pendant, M1, formal necklace like a magnet. Is this still effective? Bought when M1 just started. And I believe Dr. Adnan did state, and I can attest to this, that I had a wand way back in 2010. I still have it to this day. And I believe that applies to all. I work in the customer service area as well with Amwell Technologies. I'm in communication regularly with people, and I have not heard any complaints of any products stopping working or not working. So I believe, to answer that question, if you can confirm that, Dr. Adnan, as well, they're just
I wanted to pass one this thing, like for example, okay, you have been using the classic cam one and the amp pendant. When the time passed by, our research and development also is going on. Even after the outbreak of this COVID and the 5G and all, we came out with a much more advanced pendant. We call oneness pendant, what Mr. Aaron has shown you. Similarly, when it comes to the am wand, earlier we were having classic wand. After that, we brought the black tip. In between, we had the am wand plus. It looks like a pen with a ruby, stone on that, right? Now we came out with the am wand pro. This is a professional, where all the like acupressure, and you can use it for multi-purpose. So that is the reason, and it has a enhanced composition, again 14 minerals. Classic was having 13 minerals, but this M1 Pro and even M1 Black Tip also have the same what do you call filling, the tubular filling of 14 elements. So that
you know,
way, when we have upgraded version, so you can always go for upgraded version, but it doesn't mean that the previous version won't work. It will work.
let me present two more questions that have surfaced here right at the last hour. I want to mention we have two guests. One stated they wear an energetic bracelet on each ankle, and it helps the neuropathy in their feet. It's very helpful.
Thank
But
you.
is it advantages? Is there an advantage to wearing my
Yeah, it
pendant at the same time as the bracelets on my ankle?
It's great. I have seen even in many parts of the world, even the doctors also, especially those doctors, they are more focused on the magnetic therapy and all. They always suggest people, especially if they are obese and all, they ask them to wear the anklet, even crisscross. They can wear right hand and left foot, or left hand and right foot, like that. Those people, they are having neuropathy, even some sort of the arthritic pains and many things. This biomagnetic bracelets and anklets are very powerful, and people, they love it. But of course, it is not AFT. It is a totally different science, which is a biomagnetic, science. But Omega is, we are the benchmark, like the quality wise and the science wise and all. So that's why what do you call it? It's a strategically made. Even the placement of the neodymium magnets, and the combination of the germanium pellets and all we used, and it's a high class product. So it gives a wonderful result, and people are really happy. And it is very good for the pain management also, especially the biomagnetic product. But it's a different science. It's not AFT. AFT is slightly different.
I did
Okay.
want to mention that
Thank
we
you
will.
asking
Yes.
Diana Rose for that. Yeah.
We have a few more questions to answer here, and I did want to mention our future webinars will touch on the bracelets as well and the necklaces. But right now, if I have all the classic wands, do I still have to buy the upgraded one? So in essence, they're asking whether the classic and the black tip wands suffice, or if an upgraded one would be an ideal portion, given that it's an M1 Pro with 14.
I th- I can give you one simple answer for that. If you have a glass of water in front of you, if you are using the classic wand to energize, you need to do at least 30 to 300 rounds. But at the same time, if you are using black tip or even M1 Pro, the speed is much fast, so that way you can save your time. So the speed is much faster because the resonance is much more, especially because of the diamond powder in it. So it is always advisable to go for an advanced model. And to answer one more question from Mrs. Rose, Diana Rose, that is it advantageous to wear my pendant at the same time as the bracelet on my ankles? Yes, because see, pendant is basically taking care of your thymus field, including your heart, your lungs, and your thymus gland. And not only that, it helps for clearing the heart walls, it helps to improve the immune system, it helps to improve the relationship and many, many areas, because so many archetypes are connected with our heart system, heart field. So that way, it is very good to protect your biofield. But whereas your bracelet is concerned, as I said, it is a different science altogether. It helps the metabolism, it helps for the blood circulation, it helps for the detoxification and all. Okay, there is slight difference, between those two products. So people, they are using, like for example, I am also using the bracelets, and at the same time I am using the pendant also. So those people, they love energy, they use all the products. Okay, they want it to be always, like a energy tank, because we always spend more energy than we take.
And one last question I'd love for you to answer, Dr. Adnan, and in closing here before we uh, exit this webinar. Is there an advantage to owning more than one pendant? Because I did discuss the oneness pendant and the universe pendant, and I do know that we have the 21 day process of wearing it to obtain your personal signature there. But in regards to the variations of us wearing, let's say, an AM pendant universe one day and a oneness pendant, if we feel that we're going, in the line of fire uh, with the different frequencies out there, is there an issue with that as far as changing the pendants on a daily basis?
See, if you have more than one pendant, and some people, they have three pendants. One is aura, one is oneness, and one is am pendant. Sometimes some people, they have two different kind. Like one is silver color, one is golden color, and according to their dress, they keep changing. But one suggestion and advice I give to the people: if you are using a pendant, don't share it with anybody, especially once you start wearing for a longer time, more than 21 days, because the pendant has that feature. It sync like a bluetooth, with your biofield, and it literally, it's your second nature. It is storing all the energy and information from you, which will remind your biofield also for, so why you want to share your energy with others? Okay, if your spouse, okay, but otherwise, advisable to keep it yourself. Don't exchange with anyone else. But if you wanted to keep changing, like for example, you want different designs and models, you can keep wearing because it is yours. You are not giving to anybody as such, but keep it safe, and you just keep wearing yours only. So that way you can do that. And one question, a wonderful question from Another, if we have classic tools, can I replace the supplemental medication and even maintenance? Sorry, we don't advise people. Even I myself, I am a professional integrative medical practitioner. At the same time, I did my quantum medicine and the other alternative and complementary medicine. I would suggest you, we don't recommend people to stop the maintenance or stop the medication. Okay. But once you feel yourself, keep notice your pressure. See, some people, they have maintenance for their BP, for their diabetes or whatever. Of course, you monitor. If you feel there is an improvement, then you can slowly yourself, even your doctor also can suggest you. Otherwise, please don't decide yourself and take our simple advice and stop medication. Okay, you continue your medication, no problem. At the same time, you continue using, because that's where the holistic approach is always promoting that. We never tell like, okay, you stop your medication. Some people, they must be taking medication for some medications are connected with their cancer or some other major diseases and all. No. But at the same time, there are certain wrong medications happening when it comes to psychological, psychiatric medications. So they can always feel, when they discontinue for 1 or 2 days, they feel much better. This I have seen. After using many people, they have been undergoing, certain tramadol and very, very, you can say certain medications are completely giving you a sort of jerk and this and that, connected with your brain and neurons and all. So sometimes they can feel much better and they can stop themselves the medications. Yes.
So this wraps up all of our questions on the panel here. And we just want to extend our gratitude to all the participants today and invite you to our future webinars. You can visit amwellinc.com. That's AMWELLINC.com, and look at our homepage and the upcoming events and register there. You can also get on our email list, and we'll be happy to send you all the invites in the future. And we will have future webinars here in the upcoming month of November, and we look forward to seeing you all then. And thank you so much for participating. And thank you, Dr. Adnan.